Awesome. First encounter with the Mayan temple. Mayan ruins, I guess.
We don't have access to go up there, but if that was the case, then we can go up there and see this. It's a room, okay? Right in the center, it's where the tomb is located. Kings, high priests were buried there. Why? Because that was one of the purpose in the Mayan civilization when they built this temple. First of all, to thank their gods, they were polytheistic. Second one, when this high priest died, he will be buried in top of the temple. Not everything starts like this, okay? When they start the construction around here, they have a small village, a small temples, okay? If that was the case, if the king will die here, he will be buried. And the new king, he will come back, take the place of the old king and build on top, okay? And he will bury it on top till become like this size, okay? There is right around 3 to 4 temples probably in this one here. What they used was limestone. Everything you see around here is limestone. We are set on top of limestone. This is the peninsula of Yucatan. And every single piece around here was carried by hand. We don't have horses around here. We don't use the wheels. Any technology that we have today for construction, people was used to build everything around here. They cut it with another rock, which is called obsidian, from volcanic places like central Mexico or highlands of Guatemala. What we see today, guys, is one of the middle-sized temples around here. We have more. We're just in the first one, and it's square. The difference between the Egyptians and the Mayans is this temple do not have access to go in. It's just on top, okay? All of them are square. Number 4 is one of the numbers that they use to represent the 4 seasons of the year, the 4 season of the moon, the cycle of life, or the 4 cardinal points. That's what they represent in this temple and so many others around here, guys. When we were coming down here on the bus, and Joel was talking about, you know, how everything was built, people how they were living till today. But when we walk around here in the jungles, we're going to see a lot of these structures, even bigger, okay? The question is, how they become like this? Are they natural or somebody made it? If you look around, you will see rocks like this one, perfectly cut it. Somebody did it, okay? So this is the natural condition of Mayan temples around here. They are buried into the jungle. So since they abandoned it, nobody come here, reconstruct or take care anything around here, and the jungles take over, okay? Now you see trees, you see rocks, you see dirt. But if we remove everything from this structure, then we're going to see something like that. Probably in different way, different dimensions, but this is a Mayan temple buried in the jungles, and that's the condition a lot of them around here, guys, okay? So those rocks are coming from the top part of the temple, which fell, okay, and come all the way down here. That's what we see, these type of rocks laying in the ground around here in everywhere. 30% of this city is restored, okay? A lot of them is still in the natural condition. You know why? Because that's the best way to preserve history. After we restore these places, like it or not, the whole structure start falling apart, okay? We start, you know, like the weather condition will start, you know, making some damage in this structure. We have a limestone, not too good to preserve, but that's why, you know, archaeologists do not touch this structure here, Plus, costs a lot of money to restore these places like this one here. Okay? Vámonos. It's a baby! How was the monkey show? All right, guys, so if you take a look around you, what do you see here? Okay? Stairs. What else? Foundations. We just walk through, okay, a small passage. That means one house this side, the other one in the other side. We are in the residential side here. The Mayans, especially the upper class, privileged, gracias. I'm sorry. Class, they choose a place to live, okay? It was not outside of the ceremonial center, but inside. And this is the case of Chacchoben. All the steps you see here, it was access to go into the houses. What is the houses? They all gone, okay? Because they were made from perishable material, like palms and woods, and that's why, you know, they don't exist anymore. But families, you know, probably like from warriors, high priests, kings, mathematicians, astronomers, were here living. This section over here, guys, is aligned with the Milky Way, okay? And the nighttime, you can see it. Why? Because the Mayans believe all the gods live in the Milky Way. So they built this part here because they want to be protected by the gods, all right? So over here is where the archaeologists find most of the skulls or tombs. Why? Because the Mayans like to bury their families inside of the houses in their floor. So in that way they feel like they never left home. They can talk to them if they want it. Okay, so that's why in Mexico till today we celebrate the Day of the Dead, Dia de Muertos, where everything started was here. Right around 3,000 years from now, Mayans used to bury their families here. Okay, the reason, just they want to be with family. Mexicans, families, we like to stay together. Okay, in home, if we have an elderly, there is somebody who always take care this person till they die, you know. So it's very important for us to stay together. Today we just see, you know, the structures, the foundation, but you know, nice compound of houses were here. So how many of you been in a graveyard in Mexico in this celebration? Any of you? Nobody? 1st and 2nd of November, that's when we celebrate. What we do there is we build an altar on top of the graveyard, and we put on the top part, we put the picture of the loved one, okay? We put food, drink, some clothes, okay?
Each family do this.
Each family goes to the graveyard and they put candles and flowers, okay? We believe in these days they will come to visit us. So that's what we call family reunion, because we are there talking about good memories, and at the end of this celebration we end up drinking and eating all the food. We have a little bit of carving and original paint. If you take a look, this is the biggest structure around here. The tallest one, the longest one, okay? Probably the most important family was living here. The Mayan loved to people know who they were, okay? As we do today too. Our names everywhere. So they put some special ornament to their houses, because when somebody, visitors come here, they can tell, you know, who was in this house here. So we're talking about, you know, carving and paint that they were here right around 1,000 years, okay? where does the colors come from? Organics, trees, flowers, and some of the minerals that they get from other places. That's what they use it to make all the colors around here. You can see how good they were cutting rocks. What they use, they don't use irons. They don't have metals. They use obsidian rock. That's what they use it.
Right, here we go. I think this is a small one. They're big steps. Climbing them up.
Feel the burn on that one. No manches.
Bueno, les estaba diciendo que el otro lugar que se descubrieron en el I want you to tell you something. How do we know that there were around 8,000 people living over here? Many years ago, the archaeologists worked in a very different way than today. They were calculating because the size of the temple or the area, but it was wrong. Now, the planet Venus is straight from here, the temple. We got this. In this area is where all the people gather during the celebration. The plaza is 100, 100, 100, and 100 meters. 10,000 square meters. One person can use 1 square meter. So between 8 to 10,000 people were there. That was the population that we had in Chacchoben in its golden age, from 200 to 500 AD.
It's a nice experience being here.
Yeah, it's about 12 o'clock. Got here, what, about 10?
Yes.
A little 2-hour tour around the Mayan ruins here in Chacchoben. Good little tour.
Interesting history.
Yeah.
And more to come.
More to come on the next episode of Kirk's Outdoor Adventures.